Yes, now we'll draw the equivalent circuit of transformer. It is just a summary of what we have learned so far, and we are going to put everything into a diagram. That's all. So, the function of ideal transformer is to transform electric power from one voltage to another voltage. So this is the thing we have seen. And for law of conservation of energy, the volt ampere at primary will always be equal to volt ampere at secondary, which is I can say V1 I1 equal to V2 I2. Or if you rearrange, you get V1 by V2 equal to I2 by I1. That's how we see that the voltage and current are inversely proportional. And high voltage primary will have a low current. A low voltage primary will have a high current. So in transformer, in one side, you cannot have both high voltage and high current operating simultaneously because of this condition. VA at primary equal to VA at secondary. The volt ampere at primary, this is law of conservation of energy. And ideal transformers will have 100% efficiency. Okay, ideal transformers will have 100% efficiency. Practical transformers will have relatively less than that. You will have 97, 98% efficiency, as I told. That is okay, manageable to some extent. It is okay. Given the huge amount of leakage flux and other things, the efficiency is really manageable. Okay. So what you're seeing in the screen is the equivalent circuit of a practical transformer. Can you relate that to what all components we have studied? See, R1 we have seen just now, it is for the copper loss at the primary, and R2 is the copper loss at secondary. Okay, we have included R1 and R2. We have seen just a few minutes back. And X1, you see, X1 is the leakage flux in primary, X2 is the leakage flux in secondary. We have seen just now. And you have, as usual, the windings primary and secondary. The induced EMF is E1 and E2, and these two parallel lines will indicate your mutual coupling between the primary and secondary winding. I again say the primary and secondary are not physically connected in transformer. They are coupled magnetically through magnetic flux. And these two things, it is your no load component. If you remove this load, only these two currents will dominate. Okay. And the no load current has two components. What are they?
Magnetizing current and current due to core loss.
Yes, IM is your magnetizing current, and magnetizing current is always flowing across the inductor X naught, and the core loss current is always going to flow through your resistance R naught. Okay, see, R naught and R1, they may look similar, but R naught is when you have no load. That is no load core loss current. And R1 will always be there whether you have load or not. So R1 will be there always, and R naught will come only when there is no load. And the current I naught is very, very small compared to I1. So if I1 is 100 amperes, I naught will be 10 or 20 amperes only. So I1 dash will be effectively 80 amperes. Okay, so that is your current, which is actually going to pass through your winding. And as I already said, this induced EMF E1 is going to oppose your V1. And because of magnetic coupling, you have the induced EMF in the secondary, which is going to be in phase with this. This E2 and V2 will be in phase. Only E1 and V1 is going to be out of phase because of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. And since you have a load in your secondary, you will have a load current I2 passing through your secondary. And I'm denoting this R1 plus R1 X1 series combination as Z1 and R2 X2 series combination as Z2. This is the equivalent circuit of a practical transformer. See, we cannot analyze the transformer easily with the core and the structure with core primary and secondary. I want to see what is inside my transformer using circuital elements. So only if you can represent something in terms of the circuit elements, it is going to be easy for you to analyze. So hereafter, we can replace the transformer by this equivalent circuit. So any analysis can be done. Once you know the circuit, you can, as usual, you can do KVL, KCL, you can do that, and you can analyze the circuit as you like. Only thing, to draw this circuit, you need to understand the working principle of the component first. That's for that only we have seen the transformer on no load condition. Then we have seen what is I naught and I naught, IW, IM. That is no load. Then transformer on load condition, we have seen how will I2 will change depending on the load. Then we have seen practical transformer, what are the losses we have, effect of winding resistance. We have seen R1 and R2 in the primary and secondary, and effect of leakage flux. We have seen X1 and X2 in the primary and secondary. So when you put everything in the diagram, this becomes your equivalent circuit of the transformer. And if you remove all the components, I have you can you see a dotted circle? That is going to be the ideal transformer equivalent diagram. So ideal transformer will have only two windings, primary and secondary. What other components we have drawn? It is the components of your practical transformer. The practical transformer will have all the additional resistance and inductance added to your primary and secondary side of your winding. Okay.
Sir, doubt, sir.
Yes.
So what is the difference between R1 and R0, sir?
That's what I said. See, R0 is specifically for no load current. R0 will be effective when you are going to open circuit your secondary of your transformer. When you are going to have the current because of no load. And R1 will be there. R1 is there because of your winding, primary winding.
Sir, then when we open circuit the primary means both R1 and R0 will exist, no, sir?
Not open circuit, the secondary. Oh, when you open circuit the
Sorry,
secondary,
sorry. Yes, sir.
it will be there. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Both will exist. Yes. The current I1 will be equal to I0 plus I1 dash, right? So I1 is going to flow through the R1 X1 combination. I0 is going to flow through R0 X0 combination. I1 dash is the effective current after effective current flowing into your primary winding finally.
Okay, sir. Understood.
And secondary current, as usual, it has only one component, I2. See, whatever coming in shunt or in parallel, that is for no load. Whatever coming in series it will be happening always. It will be there permanently in your transformer. So R1 X1 series circular, so it will be there for all conditions, and R0 X0 will be active only for no load condition. When the load is there, this current I0 is going to be very, very minimum. It's not going to dominate that much in your working of your transformer. Okay, so I am as said in the diagram, I'm going to group R1 plus JX1 as Z1 and R2 plus JX2 as Z2. And I put plus J because the inductor. I told you in the very beginning class, whenever you have inductor, the imaginary term will be plus J. It will be positive. Or whenever there is plus J, I told you the reverse is also true. The component will be an inductor. Okay, series. So I'm adding everything. So Z1 equal to R1 plus JX1, Z2 equal to R2 plus JX2. Now apply KVL at the primary. Assuming the shunt components are not going to dominate. So assume this component is not going to dominate. So leave this component for now because I'm having a load there. What will be the KVL at the primary of your transformer? See the diagram and one of you say the KVL equation at the primary of your transformer. Current is flowing like this. I have shown you the current direction also. Current is flowing like this. I want the KVL equation at the primary of the transformer, and this you can neglect. You can neglect this into because it is only for no load. Now I am having a load, so you can neglect the into marked in the diagram. Please say me the KVL equation seeing the diagram. Yes, say me the KVL equation.
Minus I1 R1.
Minus,
I1
yes,
R1.
minus I1 R1. Then
Um,
you can group it. It's a single term Z1, so I can write minus I1 Z1, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about the sign of V1? current is flowing only
Positive, sir.
V1 is negative or positive?
Positive, sir.
Positive, sir.
Positive, sir. Positive.
It is flowing from minus to plus, right? So minus to
Yes,
plus
sir.
is positive. So plus V1 minus I1 into Z1, then
Minus E1.
minus
Yes, sir. Minus E1.
Minus E1, sir.
1, then
Equal to 0.
Equal to
Equal
0.
to 0.
see the equation what I have written. V1 equal to I1 Z1 minus E1, or V1 equal to I1 into R1 plus JX1 minus E1. See, I did not consider the no load components here. Okay, I didn't consider the no load components here because I have a load connected to the secondary. So you have one actual voltage source here, you have one induced voltage EMF, and both are opposing. So that's why in the equation you see you will have minus E1 that will act like a drop. It will be reducing the value of your input. And similarly, in the secondary also you see, in the secondary, if you secondary current is flowing here. Secondary, can you say the KVL at the secondary? E2, the current is flowing like this. Say the equation.
E2 minus I2 is Z2.
Minus I2 is Z2. Minus V2 equal to 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
The V2 polarity
Yes,
here, upper portion is plus, lower, I'm considering that way. So current is entering at positive, leaving at negative, so it will be minus. So E2 minus I2 Z2 minus V2 equal to 0, or E2 will be equal to I2 into R2 plus JX2 plus V2. And see here, E2 and V2 have same relationship. V2 is also plus, V2 is also plus. But in the previous equation, you see V1 is plus, E1 is minus, because it is the induced EMF is going to oppose the source. Okay, it is going to oppose your source. And I didn't consider I1 dash here because I am assuming that no load components are going to be 0. So whatever current flowing from the primary will flow through the winding also. So I'm going to use only one current I1 in the primary. And same secondary, no issues, because only one current I2 is going to be there. And always remember, primary current I1 is going to have two components, no load current, and I1 dash is the load current, actual current, which is because of your load. And the no load current will have two components. IW is the iron loss, and IM is going to be the magnetizing current, which we have seen. So these are the subdivision of the two currents what we have in the primary of the